Right, Eagle's Nest. Today, standing in front of me is a lovely young lady. Her name is Kate Dillon. Thank you, Kate, for coming in.
Thanks, Mark.
Now, Kate is a lawyer, part-time at the moment. She has been a full-time lawyer. She has a master's degree in commercial law, specialising in intellectual property. She also has, when I read her dossier, she's done studies at RMIT in design, which is quite an unusual thing when you consider she's a lawyer, but it's not that unusual when you consider that she's specialised in intellectual property, because intellectual property is largely about design and designing things and making sure that you nail it down and you make sure in an IP sense that no one else is going to nick it. And Kate is obviously representative of a big marketplace of professional people and women who are just professionals, but women who carry a lot of stuff around with them, and they've got busy lives, and they're trying to build the most efficient way of living that life that is balancing between work, sport, leisure and exercise, and whatever other things women have to do, like entertainment and going out and just hanging out with friends, etc. And that means compressing as many things as you possibly can into the same package of time that we all have. That's 24 hours in a day. No one else can expand that. So we have to compress. And I'd say what Kate's going to talk about is her creativity and her initiative around dealing with that efficiency issue. So I'm going to let Kate now tell you what that's about.
Thanks, Mark. Well, in a few words, Sheline is about beautiful tools for the modern woman. They're luxurious handbags that help you perform at your best and look fiercely elegant while doing so. Briefly, as Mark said, I'm a lawyer and I work in a top-tier firm, and I have done so for the past 8 years. I'm admitted to practice in Australia and New York. As a professional woman, I regularly carry a laptop, sometimes reams of paperwork, together with a handbag, and if I'm organised, also a gym bag, as Mark said. Like many professional women, I like to look my best and feel empowered in what I wear when I go to work, but lots of handbags do tend to have a bit of a messy look. While the market's not short of a beautiful handbag, there are amazingly few that are specifically tailored for the working woman. By that, I mean fashionable and functional. After speaking with many women and friends in professional services, they too have found it really difficult to find such a bag. With this in mind, and an insider's view about what I and many other women, working women, require from a handbag, both from a functional and a fashionable perspective, I decided to create exactly this. Handbags made with fierce elegance and premium functionality in mind, empowering the working woman to walk fearlessly. The Sheline collection, launched this month, now consists of 7 beautiful handbags ranging in size, colour and texture. All of the bags come complete with distinctive interiors designed specifically to cater for everything you need to take to and from the office, including technology, paperwork, as well as all of the usual things we insist on putting in our handbags. Not only did I want to create bags that were practical, but I wanted to create bags that made you feel confident and able to take on the world when you wore them. Sheline is about more than just handbags. It's about empowering women. It's about being true to your essence. And it's about knowing that anything is possible with a bit of guts and determination. All handbags are intentionally made with minimal branding. They're beautifully made, I might add, but with minimal branding so that the woman knows that it's a constant reminder, to the woman that she is her own brand. I chose the name Sheline because lioness for me wasn't quite strong enough. Sheline reflects the qualities and values of these women in business. She's the highly skilled multitasker, confident and comfortable with herself and her own abilities. She embraces her femininity and is resilient and ambitious. She has strong intuition and appreciates who she is as an individual. She has the courage to go her own way. What I really love about Sheline is it also talks to those people who are aspiring to hold and exercise those qualities. They might have just entered the corporate world. It speaks to women on every level of that journey. My hope for Sheline is that it really inspires women across the board to be who they are and to be their best.
Thank you. Wow. Well, for those people who watch this video, there's a good example of a very good pitch. Well structured, well put together, well executed. Kate presents well, and I notice that she talks to the camera, she moves around the room, she works with the right amount of pausing. The whole thing is very composed. Well done, good job. So I got a few questions I want to ask you about it though.
Yes.
So who is your market?
So that's a really good question.
I know it is. Who's your market?
Yeah, my
Always ask
target
good
market.
questions.
Well, to give you some numbers, I've looked at the ABS statistics recently, and there's approximately 1.3 million professional women working in Australia, although professional women described by the ABS is quite narrow. So this doesn't include women that would still require a handbag that carries paperwork.
Assume I'm an investor, right? I'm
Yes.
the guy who's looking at whether I should invest in your business, okay?
Yes.
That's so. How am I going to make money? Tell me.
Well, I'm
1.3.
telling you,
1.3.
yes, 1.3.
Okay.
If I take a really small percentage of that quantity of women, that market, so I'm saying it's a much bigger group than that. That's a narrowly defined market. If I take 0.25%, even 0.5%, that's like 3,000, 6,000 women. If I take my median target, that's a turnover of 1.5 million to 3 million.
At your price.
Yes.
At your price.
Yes.
Okay. I like design generally.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a design perv, so structurally they look quite sound to me. How do you find, who are you targeting to carry one of these things around?
Oh, it'd be like Emma Isaacs, head of Business Chicks.
Yeah, Emma,
Or
yeah.
Janine Ellis, Boost Juice entrepreneur. I need to look into that more, but I've got a whole list
How
of
will you
women.
get to Emma, for example?
I write personal notes to them, telling them that, I'm so impressed by everything that they've
Okay,
done.
I'm going to send Emma an
Makes them
email
go.
for you today.
Oh, thank you.
I know her, so I'll send you. But Emma's she's Victorian, isn't she?
Yeah.
So what about if you remind me to send Emma an email? What can you give me some material I can send to her? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
And just I'll introduce you to Emma.
Oh,
her
thank
to
you.
you, and just see whether. She has thousands and thousands
She does.
and thousands
Yes, I'm
of
a
people
business
follow.
chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in Business Chicks?
Yes.
Okay, that's important. And I'll say that. And what we'll do is we'll talk about. Maybe you just go and have a cup of coffee with her at her convenience.
That'd be wonderful.
And take your coterie of arms with you.
Yes.
And present her and just see what she says. If I wanted to buy any one of these items,
Yes.
how do I do it?
Online at sheline.net.au.
Okay, well done. Good on you. Good pitch.
Thank you.